So we're here for the Manhattan Beach Market Update Report, and I'm Ed Kaminsky reporting in some really good news and some bad news. Good news being we don't see a market crash coming anytime soon. Let's take a look at the chart, and we're going to focus today on Manhattan Beach inventory at $4 million and higher. The median price in Manhattan Beach is pretty high, so I figured let's just focus on the higher end of Manhattan Beach and what is going on there. And the first bit of news is our inventory is still relatively low. Right here you can see we have just about 30 homes available under $4 million. And in the last 5 years, it peaked out about 55. So that inventory level is living pretty low. The other thing you're gonna notice is the average days on market, right? How fast are these homes selling? You can see it bounces around from time to time, but in general, it's staying below the 30-day mark right now. You'll just see these months in here, below 30 days to sell a home over $4 million. That's actually very good news. The next is the gap between, this is a very interesting chart. This is showing the gap between sellers' expectations of what they want for their home versus what buyers are willing to pay for. And you'll notice the green line, which is seller's expectation, almost always stays above what they sell for. So this is the gap in expectation from a seller versus what a buyer will pay. But it's interesting here, you'll see in late summer, it crossed and buyers were starting to pay more than sellers because you can see this massive price drop and expectation happened and the buyers said, I'll pay more than that. And what did it do? It pushed prices right back up again. So the asking prices are moving up and buyers' expectations are falling again. We're starting to see that gap take place. Very interesting news. But the number of homes selling over $4 million is at a 5-year low. You can look back here at this chart, sold. The green is where we're at right now, a 5-year low on the number of homes selling over $4 million. And it's interesting because we've had price appreciation that entire time, which means the average price is higher. You would expect more homes would be selling over $4 million, but it's not the case. And here's what's ugly. Look at this. Average price per square foot is staying high. And why is that ugly? It ultimately means if you want to buy a Manhattan Beach, you got to spend nearly $2,000 a square foot just to get in town. And that makes it really tough for those that are watching affordability. So that is your market update in Manhattan Beach. And one little other nuance that I noticed that's going on. Why are we having less sales under $4 million? A little thing to pay attention to as you drive around the city and see all this new construction going up. That used to be all speculative builders in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. Post 2012, a large portion of those homes being built right now are being built by homeowners who bought the lot and building their own dream home. These are not homes that are coming to the market. And that was not always the case. So we just don't have the inventory to sell. And that's why the sales are really low in the $4 million price point and dropping. You know, in conclusion, what does this really mean for a home buyer in Manhattan Beach or a home seller in Manhattan Beach? I think for a home seller right now, you've got two things going on. One, you have stability in where prices are. So if you're selling or you're waiting to sell, you're probably okay based on where prices seem to be in the sense that they are stable or slightly moving up. So sellers are in a pretty darn good position. Buyers, I'm going to caution any buyer right now that is waiting for interest rates to drop because I'm going to ask a question. If interest rates drop by 1 or 2%, what do you think is going to happen to the buyer activity in this marketplace? It's going to be a frenzy. It's going to be double, triple what we're seeing right now. And if that kind of activity actually shows up with a drop in interest rates, you can only imagine where prices will go. They're going to get pushed up. So that waiting for lower rates could be cost prohibitive if the prices jump when the rates go down. So something to be cautious with. Thanks for watching.